talk all my 10 lectures last few days in Bangla and English. So let me try today, continue in English. I was here just a few days ago, I think January 10th, and I gave a talk, but I want to, maybe some of students and professors missed my lecture, but I would like to talk two sections here. First of all, I would like to share about our center over there in Maryland, what we are doing research, and also I would like to another section. I'd like to talk about how can I help to establish a center like Ahsanullah University. I'm very much pleased. Honorable VC Professor Ilahi is with us, and previous my lecture he was with me. He was very much interested, and I never seen like VC. I met several VC, but formally, but Professor Ilahi seems very much interested about nanotechnology, nano research, because nanotechnology is the science of every discipline. It's an interdisciplinary, what we call it. And all over the world, this is the beauty. It covers engineering, it covers medicine, it covers general science, it covers nursing, it covers even business. So it's an interdisciplinary. You'll be surprised that in USA, every university, they have a center for nanotechnology. Almost, as I know, most of the university, big university, they have separate center for nanotechnology or center for nanotechnology institute. And very interesting thing, they have university and they have a very nice park, biopark. They established the company beside the university. This is very interesting. And all the university company is related to university research. Somebody is doing biomedical research, somebody is doing protein research, somebody is doing engineering research, somebody is doing nursing, somebody is doing nanotechnology, nanoscience, somebody is doing biological science, lot of science. So those companies' interest is to bring money from the federal grant, because their source of money is federal grant, and then they help the university student to come to take a hands-on experience from their company and then utilize in the university. University, they are taking the classes, lectures, labs, but application they are going to the company. This is the very interesting thing of US system, and I know that Canada or other countries they do. But recently India, I was there. I was surprised that every IIT, Indian Institute of Technology, in our time or previous time, they have a selective IIT. But now they have so many IIT. So I was visiting one IIT Indore. So it's a new institute. How they built? First of all, very interesting. Their director, Dr. Mathur, came to the United States by himself. And he was looking for every institute. He looked for those who are postdoc. He hired them, interviewed them, and invited them to join their institute. How it works. And they offered very good salary, good package too. So he came to my university, he gave a lecture. So he was telling me that, Jamal, just try this, try to hire the postdoc, go to the president, get the some funding, do the research, teamwork, then you'll have so many publications, and then you can bring more funding. That is they're doing. And they are forming some company also beside IIT Park. So there are a lot of universities, as I told you that. So I know that we have a lot of lackings, a lot of things. But now the time, this is the time to think about that, how we will grow the infrastructure for how to build up this kind of sophisticated technology to bring to the student in general people and also company. So company, student and academia, all these things are together that they are doing. That is, we have grants also with the company. I'll share with you. So this is the story I should tell you, maybe I shared with you. Back in 2005 when I joined COPY, it was just a university of teaching. Only 3, 4, 5 courses that you guys are teaching mainly. Research was not there at all, as I told you, 2005. Then I told chair that let's start do something. If you do not do the research, this university will not rise. You have to do that. Then he was thinking, okay, if you bring your money home, why not do that? Then I started to write grant. I got a grant from the TEDCO, a Maryland Transportation Corporation, $100,000 back in 2009. That's my first start to get the grant. Then I got some few instrumentation. I will tell you, like that maybe we have some few instrument, it's okay. But question is to desire. As Professor Ilahi, I'm very much pleased. He invited me second time. He wrote me several times. EEE chair Dr. Baki wrote me several times, and other professors also here, chemistry, Aminulchem also interested, and other professors also. I would like to help you guys whatever I need, because I born here. I want to do something as I did here. So let me tell you my story here, what I did. So zero scratch I started back in 2005, 7. I just wrote a grant. I got that, and then I bought few instruments like UV spectroscopy, small DLS, spin coater to make the solar cell. And then I hired the undergrad student. We don't have master's program. We don't have PhD program. Only undergrad. So I hired some. Look at that. Same way, I think some university, Ahsanullah, can do that. Even though, I'm sure it was much better infrastructure than back in 2005 or 7 when I started. Now, your existing facilities, I saw that the other day, it was much better than what I had before at COPY. Anyway, so I started, I got the grant, and then you see that 2007 we established. Go ahead, next slide please. So this is the building I showed you. If somebody didn't see that, this is the building. That's my baby, you call. So when it was not there in 2007 or 8, 9, 10, it started 2012, and they completed within 4 hours. 2015, 16, we took over this building. So it is a 150,000 building. It's a whole energy efficient building. There are 24 labs, including Center for Nanotechnology. But we named it Science and Technology Center. But inside Science and Technology Center, we have a Center for Nanotechnology, we have Organic Synthesis Center, we have other center also, like Greenhouse Center also. We have few centers also. Now question is, what is the purpose to build this thing? They came, the state people came, okay, you guys are just undergrad teaching. Why you need this infrastructure for research? Then I explained, this is the things we want to do. This is the instrument we need. Then after 6 months, we sit down several times. Then they agreed to give us not only the building itself, they also give us the instrument too. So same way, I think Professor Ilahi also thinking about that. If we have a space, first of all you have to get this space. Then rooms. It doesn't matter 1 or 2 rooms. Let's start from scratch. Get some instrument. Get those who are very interested. Like I hired some of them. And now after how many? 2007 to 2022 now it's a Center for $1 million center, and I myself get $2 million grant, and we applied for another $5 million, and I'm pretty sure inshallah we'll get it. So, and not only grant, we produce a lot of students, 100. They are in very good shape. There are some doctors, there are some postdoc, they are in faculty position. We built some very good relationship with the company. We built with the National Science and Foundation agencies. We hired this postdoc or research technician. Not enough, but we are. But 2005, when we were there, we were scratch. So, there is a proverb, where there is a will, there is a way. That is, we tried and we succeeded, inshallah. But research is ongoing. It never finishes. It's always ongoing, like a flow of current or tide. So we are going on. Still we are thinking that we are way behind than other big university. But as a small university, we tried our best. Next slide, please. So this is about university. If you visit, I cordially invite this personally. If you come to us, I'll take you there some sightseeing only, not only research or other things, also science agency next. Some this kind of place also will go, a beautiful place to visit, White House, Capitol Hill. There are, go ahead next. There are so many agencies also. We have some people, we have some grants, we have some people are working. For example, if I want to take off sabbatical leave, I can work NSF as a PI. So they will give us salary, but my job will be there. But I'll take off for 2 years to be some grant evaluator or something like that. I can work, and I can be a evaluator for other grant holder. They call us, so we evaluate, and then out of 50, 10 proposal is accepted. So that is the way they do. So you see that very famous, go back. NASA is there in Maryland, NSF is there, National Science and Foundation is mainly for basic science. NIST is there, all the vaccine research and all the medical research, all the grant comes from NIST. It's $1 trillion that they are giving the money for the research. NIST is another big famous agency, NCI. So all the another two I didn't tell you, FDA, Food and Drug Industry, USDA, all are in Maryland. And we are very fortunate I live in that state. And sometimes we visited personally rather than other people. Next, please. Okay, so go ahead next. There are some slides. So I'll talk about this something, some students, those who are online and also in presence here. So nano is so small. I'll just shortly, because I taught it, so many students, you know that. So nano is basically very, very small things that is dealing with. Nowadays, they are making nano chips. Why? Things are getting lighter now, but more powerful. A few minutes ago, Professor Lay said that now it's small but powerful. Everything lighter. Car, Tesla, they have lighter car, lighter, everything lighter, but very durable, very faster, or very efficient car. And no energy you need, just 100% electric vehicle. So there are so many pigmentation they make. Cellulose, they make the now a type cellulose type car body, very light but very strong. They use graphene. They use magazine now. Magazine is another big discovery. Now graphene is no more. Now people are coming to the magazine. Texas University, USC, yes, Russian scientist, he invented this material. It's like a graphene, but it's not graphene. It's a layer by layer structure. It's much, much better than graphene. So that kind of stuff is coming nowadays. There are a lot of work going on. So nano is my very, very small thing, very, very tiny. The other day I was talking about, next please, I was talking about that gold nanoparticles. Now gold nanoparticles is used for cancer research. You know the chemotherapy. What chemotherapy do? It's a light radiation, isn't it? So then what? They try to kill good cell, bad cell, isn't it? Cancer cell. But unfortunately, they kill also good cell. They cannot protect that. And ultimately, what the patient, after 3 months or 6 months, 1 month later, 1 year later, they have hair gone, nails gone, bodies getting bad shape, and then eventually they end up with death. So this is a really, really very challenging, because nobody still discovered cancer medicine, but people are trying because it's a DNA complication, a lot of things. And also, but people are trying to make some prevention medication, but not yet. In future, maybe we can see the medicine. So nanoparticles like gold, the other day I was explaining, gold is yellow color, but whenever you bring to the all the way nano level, that is 10 to the power minus 9 meter, mean 1 billionth of 1 meter. So it's so tiny. That is answer. So that is the dealing with size of 1 to 100 nanometer. So whenever you take the gold back to the all the way nano level, then gold is different color. You see the 10 different sizes, 2 nanometer to all the way maybe 20 nanometer sizes, almost 10 solution, different color because of sizes, reflection of light. You can see that nanoparticles, and those nanoparticles used for to biomedical application. So many applications is using. The other day I was talking about that. We are using carbon dot, natural fruit, leaves or tree. We can make charcoal, and then we can make carbon dot to using medical application or to make the medical devices. Then we can use see that ceramic, insulator, semiconductor, all these in magnetic materials, all are, you see that mainly engineering type materials, you see that we are using. Of course, chemistry materials also as well. Go ahead. So this is the things the other day we did say that Dr. Ilahi was telling that nanotechnology is not only for chemist people or biology people, it's everywhere. Look at that. It's in defense, it's in the cosmetics industry, it's in medicine, it's in biotechnology, it's in electronics. You guys are doing, electronics, nanoelectronics. Because there are so many things. MEMS, there are graphene, there are so many chips, nano chips. There are so many things are using in electronic industry, technology, nanotechnology we are using. Nano optics, there is another technology or engineering side. Energy is a big thing going on that is we are working. Agriculture, nowadays people are interested to make how to small land but lot of yields or product to make. So what do you need to, they are using nano pesticides, nano fertilizer, the much better yields or product they can get. There are so many things going on in agriculture field only. Textile. I have one project, as I told you. I got recently $200,000. The brand name MIPS, MIPS, Maryland Industrial Partnership. Remember, industrial partnership. So there is a company we call Aminulchem and Cockney State University. 10 minutes drive, Aminulchem. The CEO of Aminulchem one day came, Dr. Uddin. We'd like to help you a polymer industry. We are working with polymer. If you can make the silver nanowire, okay, silver nanowire, nanoparticle, and conjugated or embedded with polymer materials, any kind of polymer materials. We are using P dot here, and then embedded with that, and then we are making the piezo sensor, resistive sensor. What? The application to make wearable sensor. This is also electronic industries project, isn't it? Very much going on. A lot of Bangladeshi, few people I know, couple of Kuwait, one professor I know, leather industry, textile, some of the professor, I don't know other, I know that they are working on wearable sensor. They have publication also. So that is the project we are going. Now the textile company, Under Armour, very famous company, very, they have $1 billion industry, worldwide famous company. It's located in Baltimore, where I live. They told that if you can make this wearable sensor to help the knee injury or elbow injury or any kind of backbone injury, if you can use those kind of textile with the piezo sensor, then it is a patent. Then we can buy from you, you'll make the revenue. We didn't go to that, we just started this project. So you see that textile is a very big thing for nano industry. Next please. So this is I talk that COVID-19, those who are listening January 10, I talked about that. I'm not go details that to make the Pfizer and Moderna vaccine, they use the lipid nanoparticles. Go ahead. So you see that here they use the LNP with the messenger RNA. So both Pfizer and Moderna, they have coded, they make this using nano carrier. So what they use, that mRNA, to protect the mRNA, they coded with LNP, liquid nanoparticles. They didn't tell that what is that. Coded with, they inject it, they take the cell site and make the antigen to make the protect the virus. And that is they succeeded within less than 2 years. I'm very lucky that two of my friends working both companies, they gave these two slides. Next please. So see that next. So see that it's a delivery vehicle, lipid nanoparticle, delivery vehicle, liquid nanoparticle, both case Moderna and Pfizer. They discovered, they invent, they succeeded. Now we are taking this medication, but I know that this variant is changing. We are now Omicron, maybe another variant, but usually it's not my say. WHO and Pfizer CEO tell that it's getting gradually weaker, and that is we saw that. And one time it will go maybe like a flu, and we have to take the vaccine every 6 months or 1 year. That is going to happen, and that is going actually. But look at that, one vaccine to make, it took maybe 15 to 20 years or less than more than 10 years. But this is, we are so blessed to Allah Ta'ala or God that within less than 2 years we got 2 vaccines. And inshallah, I'm pretty sure we are in 2 years now, it will be go away one time. Inshallah. Okay, but we have to be very careful, we have to mask every time, we have to be very careful, social distancing, these kind of things. Okay, so this is something we are doing. Let's go next slide, because I have to cover other things also. So look at that here. If we use the gold nanoparticles, this is normal CT X-ray, and this is very clearly better than, you can see the better than soft tissue, then doctor can easily get more deep inside to the image of X-ray or MRI. When you use gold nanoparticles, better imaging you. That's why William, my postdoc, he was working with a PhD work, so all about imaging. So imaging technology, gold nanoparticles is a huge things they got, and his PhD supervisor. And using this man, Hanfield, invented 2006, he had a paper. It's a so famous paper that he showed that nanoparticles is a big role of to induce strong X-ray. Next please. So William made this, all his PhD, he's working with me like a research faculty right now. He's a very, very active researcher. I'm very happy to have him. So he made this GNP, gold nanoparticles, and then he made some spacer to bind with some kind of receptor or drug that helps the heart failure or high blood pressure. Next please. So when he made this with gold and citrate, he made the citrate GNP, and he made this probe. He characterized this TM. So that's why this kind of machine you need, that transmission electron microscopy, to see the very nice image. You need the FESEM. I know that Ahsanullah has one SEM machine. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Private university has a SEM. This is my first time I saw. Very good thing. So next time we'll have AFM. Next time, so TM is very expensive. It's almost $1 to $2 million. So, but question is, to buy the instrument is not the solution. Problem is to maintain the instrument. That's the very important. Here I saw so many labs I visited, Dr. Lai. Those machines are down. This was hard. We don't have some expert to fix it. And it's very costly. Oh my God. That's the very, very important thing. We have every instrument, we have every year, we have contract with them. We call service contract. Or maintenance people, they come from the company. But here, the machine comes from Japan or Europe, and then that's it. Then we do not have contract with the company or nothing. And then ultimately, one time you'll see the troubleshooting, and then down. So that's the big thing. We have to be very careful and make sure that we have some good expertise or in-house expertise. Like I hired a Korean guy. He's an electrical engineer. So he knows the small troubleshooting. But big troubleshooting, we have to call the company. And they come and they fix it. But you have to pay for that. So that is the people. Indian people, IIT people, they have in-house people. They have a company people there. But Bangladesh is not there. That's why their instrument, so many instruments is down different places. And I'm afraid that this is a big challenge. So we have to think about those kind of things. But in-house, if you have expertise, some trainer like us, that will be nice. Next please. So he make it and he inject it in mice. See that very nicely. He can see clearly the image rather than normal one, before and after. And then he showed the simulation in heart and something like that. Next please. So when yes. So when he used, look at that. This is the big discovery for William. This is a 3D mice, whole mice. You see, whole body image of mice. So what is the difference? I can show you. In generally, look at that. Did you see that some yellow color here? Did you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yellow color, some tail yellow color, very clear. You see. So those are actually yellow portion showing gold nanoparticles. Now, he made that lisinopril gold, that image, that probe. That probe is working for ICG imaging. That probe is used for X-ray. That probe is used for the MRI. So many things they can do. What is the purpose? To take a better image that doctor can see and then diagnose very nicely to treat the patient correctly. Look at that. If doctors see this image, what? Lisinopril coated GNP, gold nanoparticles bind means together, conjugated, attached. Angiotensin converting enzyme, ACE. This is a medicine or drug. It's a very popular drug. So it binds with the what? The made by William, that GNP, lisinopril. Lisinopril is a contrast agent to give a better image. Okay? Then in vivo and in vitro. Always in vivo, outside. So in vivo and show contrast in X-ray, attachment in the MRI tag, a dye would produce MRI and optical contrast very easily. Now the doctor see that only gold nanoparticle portion, you see the accumulation of the gold correlates to the density of the targeted cell. Those target cell means bad cell. So now the doctor can see that all the good cells are not yellow colored, but bad cells are yellow colored. And easily he can diagnose easily for, yes, this mice has this kind of cancer cell. Those are affected with that probe, lisinopril GNP, with the ACE. So he can treat easily. Is it clear? So this is the contrast agent. And other gold nanoparticles they use for cancer research therapy. So you have a cancer patient, and now, as I told you that if you give the chemotherapy means it is destroy good cell and bad cell. Now, what the Northwestern University, couple of professors are working with the Mayo Clinic and Johns Hopkins. It's in trial right now, not in human body, but inshallah it will come. So what happened? Look, So they're claiming that they have some nanoparticles with the drug binded. If you push, so it's like a mRNA messenger you coat it. Now they are coating with the gold nanoparticles or other nanoparticles. When you give the ray, you see it protect gold nanoparticles protect the ray and then go to the target cell like this to the bad cell and kill that. That way kill the bad cell only, not good cell. So that treatment name is what? Immunotherapy. They call immunotherapy, not chemotherapy. Is it clear? That is immunotherapy. So that's a big discovery for them. Okay, next please. So then I told, okay, let's do the silver. Silver is very important. Silver, some soap they use silver, protect the body for different virus or other things. So you see application in medicine, cosmetics, electronics, because it's a very nice type of shade. It gives the high dielectric constant, light and response. There are so many things you can absorb light. So it's a very good application, silver nanoparticles in biomedical. Next please. So we made the we made the silver nanoparticles. Go ahead. And then yes, we show that next. Yes, we characterize that. Then we used for now. Next, yes. So we use to make the antibacterial. So virus is one item, big problem. SARS virus, AIDS, Ebola virus. Now we have a COVID surge. Who knows next time what kind of virus will affect us? But look at that. This virus kills millions and millions of people. But we are lucky scientists are making the less than 2 years. This is a big milestone that we got that lucky. Now see that it's an antibacterial. We found that E. coli bacteria. We incubated that by using that silver nanoparticles. Go ahead, next. And then we show very clearly, look at that. No bacterial growth present because it's a white circle you see. So silver nitrate inhibit the growth of bacteria. So it's an ongoing project. We have to do not only E. coli, different type of bacteria. Maybe it will work another 6 or 1 year. Already we have some data. He just sent yesterday, William, that Dr. Uddin, we have another bacteria. We saw that silver nitrate is inhibited. But anyway, to write a paper, to conclude a paper, you need lots of paper, lots of data. And then you can conclude, you can write the results and discussion and conclude and then submit the paper. Okay, next please. Okay, so next please. Energy is another very, very important thing. So solar energy, wind energy, hydro energy, tidal energy, geothermal energy, biomass energy, lot of renewable energy we can use. Now the time not to burn fossil, coal, gas, oil, but unfortunately China, Europe, America, Japan, Australia, everybody is still they are burning those three: coal, oil, and gas. But these three things gives us carbon dioxide, isn't it? Lots of problem. And carbon dioxide makes us global warming, sea level rising. So we are lots of facing, and you see that lots of pollution also occur. Not only Dhaka city, the other day it was yesterday, maybe day before yesterday, it was written in the paper that Dhaka is the #1 polluted city. Where we live every day, I can see that dust particles always so much tremendous effect for our health, asthma, cancer, lots of things because of pollution. So not only carbon dioxide, also other dust particles, nitrogen pollution, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur trioxide, acid pollution, lots of things going on. Go ahead, next please. So we make some solar cell, go ahead. And then nowadays they are making dye-sensitive solar cell, they are making perovskite solar cell, they are making carbon dot solar cell, they are making gold nanoparticle solar cell. There are so many solar cells they are making. Why? to get a better efficient solar cell, to get lighter, thinner, or like a clothes. So they're making like a thin film, they call solid state film, and then you can put in your roof or something like that. Sunlight comes and absorb and better efficiency. But nowadays, what do we use? Solar panel, isn't it? So that is silicon dioxide, silicon. Silicon is 14 to 15%, but still we are using that one in the market. But I'm pretty sure next 20, 30 years, people will make the other type of solar cell to make a solar panel. So they are making a different kind of solar cell to make the better efficiency. So we make that, go ahead, we publish that to get the, what do you call, from environmental friendly stuff like fruits, vegetables, tree leaves, extract, different type. One of the is the key finding we got 2017, we published in Nature Scientific Report. This is the first time we published, and that's why it was so good paper that we claim. There are so many citations going on. From pomegranate, we got the, go ahead, we got the electricity current voltage, we produce the energy. So we characterize this, you see that this is a very nice TM with the 2 to 5 nanometer anthocyanin dye with TiO2. So this is the first time we showed that world that anthocyanin is binding with the TiO2 and gives the energy. And crystal structure acidity we showed to publish. Next please. We showed the FEACM, we showed the mapping data, we showed the elemental analysis EDS. So carbon is there, oxygen is there, because these are natural materials. We showed the cross section, what is the thickness of Ti2, FTO or ITO, whatever the glass. All we showed that to convince the reviewer to publish it. Go ahead. Next we showed the AFM data. So you need the instrumentation to show the reviewer establish a paper. Next please. Then we do the main characterization, that is current voltage and impedance, zeta potential. We show that highest we got that more than 2%, and that is the highest, not more than, nobody got more than 2% in the fruit, all the fruits, different fruits, cranberry, blueberry, blackberry, you see the all berry family, highest is pomegranate we got. And impedance shows that the low charge transfer, which is consistent with the current voltage data too. Go ahead. So we publish that one. After that we use gold nanoparticles. Go ahead. Now we can go faster. We characterize. Go ahead. We did the current voltage with we published in this journal with the current voltage. We showed that we see that 50%, 1.77 without gold nanoparticles, and with gold nanoparticles you see that 2.7 chill, almost 50% higher efficient we got because of plasmonic effect of gold, and silver also we got. Next. So impedance data also shows very nicely. Next. And then I told that why not start the, you did the gold, why not silver? So we did the silver, same time EDS, FEACM, where DLS, then TM, Raman, see, FTIR, so many things we did the characterize to establish a paper. Next please. So then we did the current voltage, you see that highest we got that blue one with silver nanoparticles and TiCl for another one rather than blank one and then gold nanoparticles. Go ahead. And impedance data is also very nicely we got, and then we publish. Go ahead. We publish this this article in another journal. So fruits, gold, silver, all three papers we published in very good journal. Then we started the CDOT with the IIT Indo, another a group of IIT Indo. They gave us some kind of carbon dot. what they made the carbon dot from the sugar cane. Sugar cane. So sugar cane he used, and then we applied in the our solar cell, and we published. This is a very good journal, hydrogen energy. Go ahead. Next, please. Next. So we synthesized, we characterized by absorption, wavelength, UV. Go ahead. We test the fluorescence because it's a fluorescence emission properties it gives. Very nice. Emitting properties. Next, please. Then we did some lifetime with and without. Go ahead. And then we did the DLS. DLS shows that 7.5 nanometer. DLS is roughly, you can measure the size, but it's still acceptable. But TM, much accurate. Go ahead. So it's a 7.5 nanometer, but by TM, look at that. This is a titanium dioxide, and small dot particles is a carbon dot. Okay. So those size are 5.49. DLS is around 7, so it's very close. So it's average, maybe 200 or 500 measurement, they take the average. It's the average size. It's we call histogram. So by histogram, average size is 5.49. It's a very accurate. But DLS we got 7. So but it's very close. Go ahead. So we did the histogram. We did the EDS, very nice, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen got. Go ahead. Did the FTIR, and we fragmented every band, OH band, carbon double bond, carbon single bond. We showed that accurately for with and without. Go ahead, carbon dot. And then we did that carbon voltage measurement. Go ahead. And then we published this one. This is a very good journal with Sharma and Mubin. These two are IIT Indo, and all these are our professors, and also some professors from Bangladeshi, but they work different university. Like he worked in Abdulaziz University, he worked in Alabama, Nizami Sust. Nizami worked a lot of works with me. He's one of my very good collaborators for Sust. Go ahead. Next. So environment, that is the last thing I'll take, because second part I'll share with the professors mainly how to establish the center. So rest of the part I'll talk about this one. This is a environmental part. Okay, what we drink or what we eat, do you think that that's safe? No. I show that in the water, even bottled water, believe me, bottled water. How do you know that that's water is safe? You don't know. So, believe me or not, Canadian scientist, Tracy, she is a very famous professor. She found that she is a very expert for microplastic. You know the microplastic is a big problem now. You know the plastic pollution all over the world. Plastic pollution is a problem. You dump it, it goes to the water or marine environment or under the soil, because it's not degradable. You couldn't break down plastic. Can you? No. So this is a big pollution. India has a big pollution also. The other day I was there and they are talking about the big plastic pollution. Now question is how you can overcome this situation. It's a big problem. So US scientists and Canadian scientists are working. They're publishing Nature, Science, Advanced Sciences. What? That microplastic is a big problem. In the marine environment, there are so many things we are dumping. Ultimately, that microplastic goes to the algae that we eat and fish. Sea fish we eat, isn't it? It goes to the fish, those microplastic, that very small. Microplastic means almost nanoplastic, not macroplastic I'm talking about. Micro. So that it takes those plastic, it has a lot of video, you can see that. Please, if you, I think you believe it, if you don't believe, just Google it and see the microplastic pollution, YouTube video. See that how it is affected the human body. animal body and also marine environment fish. Okay, so luckily we published an article with those people, review article. So you put the bottled water in the car. They did that. They did the experiment in the car. Several hours sunlight, especially summertime in our country or USA. Several hours that bottled water is exposed by sun. Just remember. And then the people collected those samples different way, and then they saw that microplastic is releases by sunlight, and then it affected the body. They put it in mice or other animals, and then they published it, and it was a huge impact. People are worried about that. So nowadays people are very careful about the microplastic or plastic pollution, because a lot of cancers disease are going on because of this microplastic. Now we are warming food by using container microplastic, isn't it? That's not good. So please don't do that. Just put it in a paper plate or ceramic plate. That's better. But in a hurry, we put in a container. Even I do sometimes, but it's not good. But I try to avoid that. It's better. Nowadays they are using paper cup, one-time use. Paper, disposable, not plastic, paper. So those are also important. So I just request, especially buying this talk, please try to avoid plastic, not to use micro oven or warm up something or put in your car and drink it. Try to avoid this situation. So we have a nanofiltration call. Next slide. Doctor, I was sharing his name because he's the inventor of IP6. He has a book for that. What is that IP6? 1975, that time, that person is now 72 years age. Dr. Shamsuddin, ABM Shamsuddin. He's a Bangladeshi, but he's a professor at University of Maryland Hospital. But he retired now. But he has a company now. He formed a company and he has a medicine that he called IP6. I means inositol hexaphosphate. 6-phosphate. Phosphate group 1, so this is the phosphate, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he used the IP6, go ahead, and then he modified the cellulose. Now let's go back. He made this. And then William, my postdoc, he was back in 2018, now it's 2022. William made this, go ahead, and modified with the cellulose to remove more metal ion. He told, okay, this IP6 is a cancer prevention supplement. And he put it in a container, he made millions and millions of dollars. He has a company. He patented 8 patents in 1975. He gave that medicine 2018. After that, he came, he joined. We hired him as a visiting professor. He took it. So now he's a professor with us. And then he gave us this medicine that if we can get a good result, remove the metal cation like lead, chromium, or other metal cation from the water completely, then we'll have a patent. We can apply for a patent application. And luckily, 2 years, we did most of the work. We are claiming 50% now. He's claiming 50% because he is the inventor. But we worked for him, and then we modified. This is our lab discovery. But his discovery is IP66 only. So his name is first. We have to do, no way. And now we saw that we use the two techniques, AS and DPB. We saw that it kills the lead ion, chromium, and cadmium. Go ahead. We did some FTIR. Go ahead. We did some calibration with different lead, chromium, and cadmium. And 220 ppm is a very magic concentration. We tried 2 ppm, we tried 5, we tried 10, we tried 15, but 20 ppm is the most highest chelation. I mean remove we got. Go ahead and both technique. And we tried another AS and cyclic Bourton method. Go ahead and you see that this is the main key item. This is a intellectual property disclosure, so you have to be very careful. But I'm showing you here that look at that. The result we found 90 to all the way 90% removed by using this concentration, and average we saw that this percentage we are removing. And after when he got the result after 2 years, he was so excited. He's 72 years old, Dr. Shamsuddin. So excited right away. He write the provisional patent to apply. Now he's in a provisional patent office. We are doing because we cannot publish before the patent. Hopefully we'll get the patent soon. Next, please. So this is one word to remove. Now we can detect also by using gold nanoparticles by changing the color, colorimetric method. We use gold nanoparticles to change the color. You see the functionalized gold nanoparticles, the result changing. So we can detect, not remove, detect the metal cation like lead. Next please. So we characterize this and we publish Journal of Nanomedicine and Nanotechnology. Go ahead. And then the last part before I finish, iron nanoparticles use. Iron is usually some students are here? Yes. Can you tell me that iron has how many valent?
Sir, 2 and 3.
2 and 3, very good. Iron 2 plus ferrous.
And iron 3 plus
ferric. AUST form and EEE form. Iron 2 and iron 3. But there is another valent, 0 valent. It's rare. Iron 0, no charges. And that's the 0 valent, not 2 and 3. You will not get the nanoparticle. Iron 0 valent. 0 valent. The company, they make this, they synthesize this, they sell this only for nanoparticle. They are making lots of money, but 0 valent. So we use iron 0 valent to enhance the growth of cyanobacteria. Okay? Now, the Dr. Sither, my neighbor university, Dr. Sither is working with his PhD student. What? He used the algae. He bought the algae from China and another company from 0 valent iron. And what he did? He used this nanoparticle to cyanobacteria in algae. And then she found that very nicely produced biofuel. Biological fuel. That's very good for our environment. So he showed that in the bottle. Actually, I should take the picture. Showed that Dr. Uddin, I have lots of bottle. I told her, okay, now you make the pilot plant, contact some company if they can, if you can. She patented also, and then sell it and make a company and then produce commercial. So she made it with our, what is our function here? We collaborated. Somebody's on. It's okay. So we collaborated with Dr. Sither. So why? They don't have a TEM to see that what's going on actually, that iron particle, how it bind with the cyanobacteria in the algae. So he told, if we can show, we have a paper, Dr. Uddin, and we succeeded. We luckily showed that, you see, iron nanoparticle is in the cyanobacteria with algae. This is algae color. So we found that, see, iron, that nanoparticle, of course iron is there. We found that other materials also. So EDS and SCM, sorry, TM shows very clearly, and then see FESCM, EDS. This is FESCM. Go ahead. Next slide is TM. Next slide, please. This is TM. You can go more closely. Go next slide. Look at that. So how nicely we can show. But FESM, you cannot see those things. We published one article with the biofuel synthesis, one article in ACS journal. Then second article we published with ROS production. reactive oxygen species produce, and that's not good. That's a big problem for that. But it produces, we showed that. Now, how can we remove that ROS by using SAD? That is our third paper. Look at that. First, second, third. Second paper just we published. And then one student, the Samson, he made all these two papers and he completed his PhD by using zero valent to make biofuel. Next, please. So, look at that. Now I'll talk about that. How it works, not me alone. So, I'm here for Ahsanullah University mainly for those who are faculty, young faculty, especially I saw that. I'm sure some of them I can mention, Dr. Baki, Aminulchem is here, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's here. So, and other professors also. I'm sorry, maybe I cannot tell their name, but some of you guys are very much interested to have a center here. And that is I'm going to talk with the second part. And I'm sure, inshallah, this university I want to see within shortly a center for nanotechnology. Just starting, just like ALB is claiming now, starting one center, I saw that, but it's not fully operating. Thus, they got some space. But I want, if here the faculty, chemistry or EEE or whatever, mechanical, because nanotechnology is everywhere. From the beginning I told, everybody can come as a team, like as we did here. Dr. Jiru is working for environmental, like microplastic. Dr. Sobi is organic synthesis, he made the stuff for me. Dr. Nesbet is doing some computational work, theoretical. Also, Steve, he is also math and computer science. He is doing some simulation, like DFT calculation like that. So, Dr. Nesbet is working in Gaussian. There are so many software they're using. Dr. Shab is using inorganic sample. He is using organic, as I told you. Tracy Murray is a medical science professor. Ron Williams is a business guy. He just helped us to how to bring the money, business thinking. He just contacted with the business company to contact with us. Look at that, how it works. Tracy Murray contacted the medical center to help us to help MRI or other things, because MRI we don't need. MRI who have? Medical center. So medical doctor in the paper, the business people in the paper, chemist in the paper, physics people in the paper, engineering people in the paper. So then we publish this in-house I'm talking about. Go ahead. Next slide is international. Look at that, how many, this is just a few of them. I can write maybe several slides of that, because I didn't write the Japanese or European. I just make mainly Bangladeshi oriented, and few of them are in our house or beside. Only they are. I didn't talk about the Germany collaborator or Japanese collaborator or Korean. I'm talking about, look at the Bangladeshi. Look at the Bangladeshi here. Two Saudi guys. This person actually came. So today, this afternoon, I'll give a talk at Bragg. So, Bragg University. This person, I will introduce them. He's a pharmacy professor, and he has some patent. So he is working the drug delivery. I invited him to my university. He came last few months ago. He came to our university. He gave a lecture. He was with me in my house. I just as a Bangladeshi, I put him in my house as my own guest. So he was so happy. Now he came only for 1 week because of my invitation, and he's here. Tomorrow, I don't know that some of you know AIB International Conference. So it's all online. So I'm the first speaker. I'll give a talk, and then Dr. Kaji. Then one of my friends, he's working in graphene. He'll talk at 2 o'clock. Saiful Khandakar. He's a professor for UCL. Look at that, how I collaborate. I invited all of them to make an international conference. Why not here? Next year I want to see, Dr. Baki will be in online. I'm sure next year we'd like to see an international conference here at Ahsanullah University. Do you have before international? Not yet.
We had it.
You had it?
we had several international conferences,
good.
but not
Not for
like
nanotechnology.
nanotechnology.
Hopefully, but very good that you had. So you had experience better, fine. Because the more people you link up, I mean interaction, the more you not lose anything. What do you think here? Some people they work by themselves. Forget it. He's who's no, not nowadays. Now is world is globalization. That is I see in my case. So all these people, Bangladeshi searched, Jamal University, now is Jamiat universities. We are working, Chittagong University, Kuwait. We are working, Kumila University. We just started. So we have so many samples with them now, working with them. We had searched is the highest number of publishers right now with us, around 10 to 15. This guy, Rahman Mujib, is a search product. He's a very young guy, 35 years old. He's a full professor, 14,000 citation, even more than me. I'm proud of him. He's my student. So he want to come to USA to do more research. So look at that. This is a young guy, only 35 years old, young professor, full professor, have a 14,000 citation right now. So I'm proud of him. Mohsin has also a lot of paper. Reja in Malaysia, they are just like a student. Very good collaborator. Mubin is my good friend in IIT, Indo. So a lot of things going on. So collaboration is a big thing. Next. So look at that, just 21, we have a 25 publication in this pandemic. It's almost finished, we are on time, isn't it? Yeah. So go ahead. So all this publication you will see only for 21 from our center and our collaborators. Next please. Look at that, all this very, very good job. We have some book also, go ahead. I'm very happy with the macro to nano spectroscopy. The name I gave 2015 for by myself, they were happy. And some 23 chapters in this book. It is online. You can get it. It's not expensive online. So all these very famous scientists, they wrote this book. I'm very happy I was the editor. And it was a 150,000 download. People are read all over the world. And it's very, very famous book nowadays. I'm very happy. Then we published another one, terahertz spectroscopy itself. Next please. So we have a conference sometime every 1 year, 2 year. You see that it's an international conference. Go ahead. Go ahead. No. We have the young kids, next generation kids. They are most of them Bangladeshi born kids. This is a one project I got the grant started from 2011. What did like a STEM. So the kids for 7th grade to all the way to 12th grade student, high school student, they come to after school or summertime, 3 months they have school off, they come, they work like this. And then they get some exposure. That exposure they put it in the resume. When they apply for college, that resume is good for help for them to admit in that college. And also our recommendation. And you'll be surprised that some of the kids has the paper itself. I saw the video the other day. They have a paper, first author or second, like Mahi. He's a now university student, engineering student. He has a paper, one paper, first author, because it's his work. Now he's a college student for some engineering, maybe computer science engineering student, 3rd year or 2nd year. So he was a high school student and he had a paper. Just see that, how the grow up, how they built up the stuff from the high school level. Go ahead. We have some grant. You see that we got around $1.5 million. This is spending $500,000. This is ongoing. William's salary is coming from major salary from here, and this is a grant for the kids grant we got from NSF, also Department of Education. Next please. So this is the acknowledgement for some high school students, those who are working right now or previously. Some of them, some companies give him grind for. I have staff, Ken, this guy. This guy take care for all EM, electron microscope, AFM, TM, SEM, what do you call MS, then NMR, all these guys very expert, and we are very happy to have him. He himself know how to troubleshoot. And then William, that's the man. I think after that, maybe he can take my center in future. So he has 50 papers last 5 years. And all my colleagues and students here. Go ahead. So he's a PhD student from other university. We do not have a PhD student, but I am the course supervisor for him and Tolu. So he finished his PhD and he'll finish within few months. So he'll defend his PhD. So she's working developing samples. So she made 13 samples to make the DSC and other pharmaceutical properties. And Samsung is the biofuel with zero valent, as I talked. These kids are almost graduated, undergrad, and they will go to the graduate program. Go ahead. So I'm done. I'm on time. So I'll take some questions from online, those who are, and then those who are face to face. Thank you so much. Any question, feel free, student side and also online side, please feel free to ask me. And I'll give another talk which soon with faculty and I hope our Ahsanullah University BC will join with us. Yes, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for your nice presentation. We are chemistry people here. There are many. And along with others, we are very much interested about your this work. But as you know, we don't have infrastructure here. So we will discuss later with Professor or others.
Yeah, I hope you will be there. Yeah.
About that. Okay. One thing you can just give me a clue that for image you used nanoparticles or gold. But is there any study about the side effect after using that one?
That's a good question. So when it's the imaging in rat body, mice, not human body.
Not yet.
But mice, why people are working mice? Because it's very similar to human. You know that all over the world, and it's approved by different organizations like FDA. So it's until now the level we are using. Remember, 1 millionth of 1 meter, 1 to 100 nanometer. Until now, we didn't see that any side effect. But ongoing, you have to be very careful. We are not using in human body, but in human rat body, we didn't see any side effect. Any side effect, and I'm pretty sure we'll not see, because some work is going on. It's not even trial. They believe that these gold nanoparticles is not harmful.
Okay.
That's a very good question.
Another one is you told about microplastic.
Mm-hmm.
But is there any way discovered how it is removed?
Okay, we have a, as I told you, that is another section, if I can talk. Another section. So let me tell you. We started last 1 year ago. We got $250,000 to establish a center we call CREST, C-R-E-S-T. So we have a 14 co-PI, one I am, and PI is Dr. G, because he brought the money. So we applied for 5 million. Okay, Chelsea in Carolina University, They worked on that already, lot of work. But why people are giving more money? Because it started. So removal of, to find out, first of all tracing, first of all source, where the microplastic, okay? When you find it, okay, it goes to your fish or human body, you find it, okay? And then, now how to remove it? Isn't it? We have some kind of course supervisor, actually I am also one of them. We found that some kind of nanomaterials, iron, it creates those microplastic. It's not coming, they found that. And we made those nanoparticles, and very interestingly, we sequestered it, take out those nanoparticles, microplastic in the body. And my part was, I showed that ACM and TM, microplastic is there. Maybe it says that 5 millimeter or something like that. But we want to see maybe 1 millimeter or 1 micrometer or even 500 nanometer. So that I would like to see, because if we go to the nanoplastic, nobody works right now, maybe little bit, but not yet. But my next project will be to see the nanoplastic. Microplastic already we found, we had pictures. We have another presentation. So we found that we kill by using that gold magnetite or something like, iron magnetite particle. That is, we kill that. That is another data, but I don't want to show this thing because this is not my work. This is another person's work.
Okay.
Yeah. But I share with you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Another one is about biofuel.
Mm-hmm.
But you just showed that iron
Zero balance.
by zero balance by with some bacteria.
Cyanobacteria in
Unhealthy.
without cyanobacteria, do not produce.
Biofuel, what does it produce there actually?
When this is algae, okay? So algae is cyanobacteria. এখন you use the nanoparticles. The question is how it mechanized. You saw that. Isn't it?
Yeah.
How it bind it and then make the biofuel. So when it bind it, something happened there.
Binding it is
It's biodegraded bacteria and then
chemical binding? No.
and yes, it's binded and make it fuel, just like fuel. You use the gasoline and it burn. But it's made from the where? Algae by using cyanobacteria.
Gasoline.
Yeah, and then when you give the nanoparticle and you have to shake it several hours, there's methodology, and then from several you see the biofuel is there, and you make the fire.
I mean that there is some gas like methane or something.
Not gas, it's a liquid.
Liquid.
Biofuel, yeah. It's like gasoline, what we use in the car. So instead of gasoline, because you are making carbon dioxide, you use the biofuel. Is it clear now? Like sugar cane, you can make ethanol. Isn't it?
Yeah.
That ethanol you can use as a fuel. Yes or no? Same thing, this is also like that. Ethanol is a biofuel too. This is also biofuel. Making from where? Algae, isn't it? By using cyanobacteria.
No,
Is it clear?
I just wanted to know about the composition of that fuel.
Composition is it's a as I told you that it's a biofuel composition. I cannot tell this thing.
Oh.
They have something,
Okay.
but it's a patented thing. But I just want to tell you they got the biofuel. Now composition, if you want to know, I can share with you here. No. They have disclosure issues.
Okay, thank you very much.
But I can show you the picture and everything if you want. Email me. I can show you details.
Thank you.
But I don't know they will tell the composition or not. But I can tell them.
It is on the
Yeah,
process of
because this is a process for patent.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
There is some rules. I cannot go further. You see, I showed something here, but I'm not supposed to. But it's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's a good question. Yes. I like because we have.
Okay, thank you so much for your nice talk. And you have visited several universities in Bangladesh. So, How is the prospect of nanotechnology research in our country?
That's a wonderful question. I don't know that by you guys and those who are watching me, I just want to give a message here very clearly. Look, I came here all the way American as a Bangladeshi. What's my benefit? Nothing. As a just voluntarily, I want to do something here. And now is Omicron or whatever COVID, lot of things. I took risks my ways. I don't know because I'm not feeling good, but I'm pretty sure I'm fine, inshallah. But I'll fly 25th. So all these days, 31st December I came. I started lecturing January 2 to today, until today. Maybe this is the number 12 lecture. So all the south part, Chiang, all this university, I'm coming to your answer. When I talk with them, faculty, students, many of them, very clearly that I would like to give Bangladesh for my expertise, what I did in my 13, 15 years life, just like as it is, to make the triplicate or duplicate, whatever, to make whoever want to take me, like your Prophet BC is very much interested, I'll give whatever logistic techniques, instrumentation help. Of course, I'll not give the money because I don't have money. All the help, how to build, establish a center that I will talk soon, how to bring the money, or how to combine you guys work together. Mechanical, TEEE, chemistry, physics, everybody need to come together. Otherwise, it will not happen. I just told Dr. Ilahi about that. All the people comes together. And now your question and answer. I'm very hopeful. I'm very hopeful. Everywhere, BC to all the faculty, they're so much interested. But problem is this. I think we talk too much. And we are very emotional nation. That's the problem. We are very emotional. That's good, but too much emotional is not good. You have to show the work. American people, if you do not work, they'll kick you out right away. Whatever you are 70 years, you are 30 years. If you're 30 years, if you can bring $1 billion, they'll put you in your head. If you're 70 years, no, then forget it. Leave the university. So this is the things. But we believe in work. The word you say is that there are so many ME I did. I told them very clearly, if you do the sign, that's it. But if you do not work with me, or start from zero, whatever, that's the meaningful of to do the ME. Otherwise not. Very clearly, all the BC, even I don't care about to talk with Prime Minister or all over. But this is me. That is I came through all the work hard way from 94 to all the way now. That is I want to say. Maybe, I don't know that some people will take me different way or good way or bad way, I don't care. But I care that people can get benefit. Student can get benefit. Faculty can get benefit to build a center. That is I want. And I hope within few years we can see something. I see one with the Rabbani, Rabbani, that AIB. I started last 3 years. They invite me. Because of me, they started international conference. I did MOU. I told them every time, Dean or that please give him some place. Give him some place. Finally it happened. They gave some place. No instrument, it's fine. Start from one instrument. Make the samples with your undergraduate student. Send it to me for analysis, like other universities do. And let's publish together. We have one paper. One student have one paper. And now he wants to come here to do the master's or PhD. That paper will help him to get admission. That is I see. So this is the things we need to do. So
Okay.
I'm very hopeful.
Thank you so much. Your presentation will really inspire us. I know there are some students have joined here, and there are also some early career researchers. So please provide some suggestions for them. Thank you.
Early career means especially for like you. So what you can do? You already started, isn't it? As I know, you have some paper. Maybe you have paper. Other paper, I'm sure everybody has a paper. Now, question is to publish is not the things. How the student can get benefit. So their goal is, I saw that most of the students want to go to higher education for that. Why? Why they want to go? Better facilities, better opening, eyes opening. They will go there and they are doing very good there. Chemicals, instrumentation, they can have facilities, money-wise, they will get the assistantship, scholarship, they can save money. Then ultimately they will graduate and then sometimes they get the job there. Some students are not coming back. Some of them are, most of them. And some of them are coming or some faculty are coming, is fine. It doesn't matter where you are. Do the good work, do some good thing for the country. So I'm there, it's fine, but what I'm doing for the country, that is the main thing. You guys are teaching here, what you are doing for the student, that is the main thing. So that is I want to do, wherever you are. I don't care, you are in Germany, you are in Saudi Arabia, you are in America, or you are in Bangladesh or India. Do something for the helpful for our nation, our student, our people. That is the way the country will go. China is like that. They are going like that. You know that India is going like that. They are the number key research country in the world now. Even number one. Do you know that? China is the number one publication, highest publication in the world right now. Do you believe me? Go there. China is the number one. Second is US. Could you believe it? US second. Publication wise, if you go there. Then other countries. Anyway, so how China came? China was a poor country also. Still, some province and some other country are very, very much poor. Some state or province are very rich because of research. Because of research. They have, and because of hard work. Chinese are hard-working people. Korean, why they are rising? Because of hard work. Malaysia, you see that 30 years ago, why they are hard-working? Bangladesh will be, inshallah, but pushing it. There are so many things going on. One is we do not have unity. We have ego problem. We are trying to, jealousy. Lot of things coming. These things need to be buried totally. This need to be go away from our heart. I'm just talking. Maybe I'm getting emotional, but this is the things we need to get out and work together. And that is I'm trying to do something. I don't know I can do it or not, but one person cannot do any lot. But I can just what I giving every time that just advice or some kind of suggestion I can give that Bangladesh will. I see that the young faculty, those who are or young generation like you guys are much interested about research. Without research, no country can go up. You saw that. Because maybe we are 100 years behind the US, as you know, or other country. But good thing, I'm not telling the negative thing also. Good thing is, I saw that a lot of private university, a lot of engineering university now, but our time, those were not. Those universities were not. So just what I see in future, something I see in my eyes that good things are coming ahead. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for your help, and we are really grateful for the initiative taken by you for Bangladesh. Thank you.
I do not know where, but I can give more time. I'll be available, but I don't know your VC is waiting or not. Please take it.
Thank you very much for your nice presentation.
Thank you.
I am also a faculty of chemistry. I would like to know how carbon doors was used in the application of solar cell. If you have any mechanism or something like that. And another, according to my previous colleague question, do you have any proposed mechanism about the zero valent iron to produce the biofuel from algae?
That I cannot share, as you know that. That's not my work. But in future, let's the publish work and then I'll share. But let's go to the how I use for carbon dot. Go back. More. Faster. More. No. Mechanism. Every solar cell has a mechanism. Maybe I didn't talk about during the time. No. Go. Here. Go ahead. Mechanism. First of all, how to build a solar cell. Whatever I am using carbon dot or pomegranate dye or silver nanoparticles, gold nano, it's the same. Okay? So let's go to that. So to make a solar cell, first of all, you have to think about a battery. So battery has a anode and cathode part. Because you have to produce the current voltage, isn't it?
Yes.
And you are engineering people or chemical or whatever. So anode part is this one. I'll show the slide. This one, anode part. So anode part, and then this is a some silver color layer, isn't it? This is a TiO2 layer. That's we call magic powder. You make the paste powder, TiO2. We use P25. It's a name brand. We bought this. You make the paste by using some acetic acid, water, and then we put it as a little bit, and then put the spin coater. Okay. So it's spin coating, and we get the TiO2. I'll show you. And then this is the big one, is the TiO2, and the small one is attached green one, that is dye. Pomegranate dye, carbon dot, quantum dot, or silver nanoparticle bond, whatever. Mechanism is the same. Is it clear? You want to know? So that's all. So this is the anode, you make that. Now you have to make the cathode. Okay? How you make the carbon paste, one kind of carbon paste. Put the carbon paste and make it homogeneously, and then dry it. And then anode part also you dry it by using oven, high vacuum temperature oven. Very much heat anyway, dry it by hot condition. After that, when you make that, this is the mechanism. Now question is how it works. Look at that mechanism. When the dye, you put the dye now, go back. I'll come back this slide again. Go back. No. Why? Go back, I'm sorry. The solar cell. I don't know. Next. Go back. Back. Yeah. Listen. Oh no. I'm not, no. Fraud. Sorry, sir. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah. This is all. Look at the very carefully. You can make it in the lab too. Okay? This is a anode, as I told you, isn't it? So anode tin, ITO glass, indium tin oxide glass. Why indium tin oxide or FTO we are using? FTO, fluorine dope tin oxide or indium tin oxide. Why? Because it's a conducting. Electricity passes through. If you use glass, no, it will not. You have to use conductive glass. Is it clear? Sorry.
Yeah.
Conductive glass. Normal glass it will not. How can you produce that? So you have to use indium tin oxide or FTO. Okay? So this is a FTO we use. Okay? You make the TiO2. You make various nice different thickness by using RPM. Now you make the carbon. Did I tell you? Okay. So this is anode. This is cathode. Now this is also anode after putting this pomegranate. What color? Brown. So you make this sandwich, and after that you put the electrolyte. Why? Because you have to circulate the electron. Now go back. Now what happened? When you put the light, this cell means battery. When you put the light, solar simulator light, we use solar simulator equivalent to solar cell. 1.5 they call solar simulator equivalent to sunlight. You put that light, and then when you put that light, what happened? The molecules are getting excited, isn't it? Yes. Look at the student, listen, very easily try excited. So that is S. S means 0, means all the electrons are in the ground state, means sleeping condition. They are not excited. Now you put the light or heat, whatever. Now it's getting, oh my God, I'm getting something. Now you're excited. Now it goes to the upper state. Because when you put the heat upper state, excited state, we call excited state. That is S star. Okay? So H plus H, what is H? Light. So S star, excited state. Good. Now excited state, electron cannot be stay there. It has to go somewhere. Or come to the ground state back. So when it goes to the zero state, ground state to high state, excited state, what is the process called, student? What is the name of the process called? Very important. That is the spectroscopy. Whole spectroscopy, whatever we are learning. What is that we call? When the electrons are excited by the light and it is in the ground state. Now it's excited and jump to the higher state, S star. What is this
Photoelectric
process called?
effect. Photoelectric effect. Photoelectric effect.
Effect, but what is that process called? We call absorption. Light is absorbing. Is it clear? We call absorption, okay? Now this part is absorbing light, that is UV visible, we are taking that instrument. That is the mechanism they are using here, okay? Now the electron will jump somewhere in the band or it will come back to the ground state again. And that process is called emission, okay? Fluorescence, emission, that emit. This is the basic spectroscopy that you will learn. This is, if you don't know this, then all the spectroscopy you don't know. Okay? So, IR, whatever spectroscopy, NMR, all spectroscopy, UV, Raman, every, this is the main thing we have to know. Okay, so now it's S star. Now I have S star to, it jump one electron to the TiO2 band. Is it TiO2? Okay? That's the purpose for nanoparticles to use to capture that one electron. Okay? So one electron it's out. That S plus is coming back here, S star S plus. That electron is, this side is anode, and there is another part, the carbon cathode part, okay? The carbon part. Over there, that electron comes with the redox, that electrolyte. We use iodine here, iodine, I3. So iodine used, then its oxidation to it's oxidized to get reduced, and then electron is moving, and that electron goes to the ground state again. Look, here jumping, that electron goes to the devices, come to the cathode using the electrolyte, and that electron go to the ground state again. And that circulation. So what is electricity? Electricity or current means flow of electrons, isn't it? That is electricity. That is the current. So that is the things happening here. So that is the mechanism of dye-sensitive solar cell. Is it clear?
Yes, thank
So
you very much.
now it doesn't matter, you use carbon dot or whatever, it doesn't matter. It will affect. It will give the
Thank you very much.
But dye you are using, the efficiency comes from homo and lumo gap. Right?
Yeah, so how much the more electron you produce,
More,
and it will give you the by using current voltage. How much current voltage? You saw that later.
and gap is very narrow, then
Yes,
electron
of
can-
course, band gap is an important factor, homo is an important factor, DFT calculation good. I can tell you more and more, but here is in generally important. But good thing that you asked me. Go ahead. Now that you take that, now go ahead. Now you characterize everything to show your support your current voltage data. Go ahead. Now, no. This is the key. No, go back. This is the key. Back. This is the key data. That is the you have to show every paper. How much current you got, how much efficiency you got, how much impedance you got. That is the things you need to do. Otherwise, it will go away trash. Okay? That is why you publish gold, you publish silver, you publish whatever. So we established the methodology and then published lots of it. Like that. Thank you. Okay? I think we are time. 12 o'clock. Yeah.